Action stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's Happy Hour with Marcus Season 2, and I am joined with an extra special, once-in-a-lifetime guest here. This is my man, Smokeeej.
What's up?
Right here. Right now, he's a cannabis celebrity, at least in the Phoenix area. Is that too much? Is that too much? I'm just going to say it right now. With the giveaways and the live streams and the products, this guy is all over the map, but we're going to get into that. The reason for the season today is this. Now, this is a once-in-a-lifetime drink because it is infused with Delta 8 THC, which is just a milder form of regular THC, federally legal. But this right here is infused thanks to House of Jane.
House of Jane.
Who's the guy who hooked us up with this?
So this is Quan, and he is with Jane's Brew, Arizona.
Nice. Hell yeah. Shout out to Quan from Jane's Brew, Arizona for the hookup here. And actually, I want to bring him on too. Yeah. We could talk more about this because this is a really cool idea. There's not a whole lot out there like it. So,
and I know they're doing tequilas, and I'm sure there's going to be a gin because it's water soluble. So he does it with CBD, with THC, and now with Delta 8.
But right now, what we are making is a infused Moscow Mule. Right? We've got the copper mugs and everything. We do not play no games around here as it pertains to the drink. So, the ingredients for today, of course, the vodka. Shout out to House of Jane. We are going to be using a little lime juice. We're going to be using, of course, the ice cubes already in the cup. We're going to be using a half cup of ginger beer. And we got some different stuff for garnish here. But to start, let's start with the vodka. So, it's 1.5 fluid ounces of the vodka, which is that line right there. If you would, do me the honors, my friend. I like to have my guests take part in the making of the drink.
All right.
Perfect. One for you. Excellent.
Do you like the way I pulled away too?
Yeah, definitely. That was professional. Are you a Moscow Mule drinker?
I am.
Cool.
When we go
then this
out,
works out.
It is one of those drinks we actually do drink. So
hell yeah. The Moscow Mule is real right now with the copper cups. We are going to need a half a fluid ounce of the lime juice, which is actually this, and I will go ahead and take care of this. Oh, this is different. Usually I just drink before the show, and we just smoked a bunch, so fuck it.
We smoked the homegrown.
Yeah, we smoked that homegrown, and it was gas.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. What strain was that? Do you know?
That was Wonka Bars.
Wonka Bars. In the house, man.
Yeah, everybody's always giving me clones to grow now that I have this little grow series that we do. So shout out to Cannabis Cactus because we do a grow series with Cannabis Cactus.
Nice.
And they give away a lot of stuff on their app as well.
Shout out to Cannabis Cactus. I am familiar. I'm familiar with the team. All right. So after that, we've got half a cup of ginger beer, which is just essentially however much we feel like we should have. So you got one right there. I got one right here. However much ginger beer you feel like will be necessary for the infused Moscow. I'm going to go a little bit heavy on it. I think I like ginger beer, to be quite honest. Then the garnish. A little garnish. I'll get you the whole little thing. And
that was dope.
I think we should probably, I'm just going to stir just a little bit. I put the garnish down there, but that's okay. Perfect. And voila. An infused with Delta 8 THC Moscow Mule. Thank you, Smokey, for providing this to us. And thank you, Q. Cheers. Let's see how it tastes.
Oh, solid.
Quite good.
Yeah, that's solid.
Quite good, as a matter of fact. That's a top tier Moscow Mule. And I'm honest on the show. If I don't like the drink, like last week's drink was basil and it was horrible.
Oh.
Super bad with grapes. But this drink is awesome.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, hell yeah. Plus it's got the Delta 8 THC, so it's going to help me out in more ways than one.
We're going to keep on going.
Mm-hmm. My man, Smokeeej. We're friends. I've known you for a while. I know a little bit of your backstory, but I want you to tell the folks at home the Smokeeej story as you would like to tell it. Yeah, in his own words. So, where did this all begin?
I grew up in Tucson, and I've been in Tucson up until 2 years ago. Moved up to Phoenix, and that's where kind of life began in the cannabis world, like for reals.
Yeah.
I was a teacher for 10 years. I taught middle school math and science, so I've always been performing. I've always been a community teacher and educator, so I transferred that to cannabis. I grew while I was teaching. That's the only way I could suffice. I couldn't be a teacher and not sell pot because you can't make ends meet. So when we became legal with medical, we were able to get donations for being caregivers. So we made an ample living. We were able to still continue teaching, but I learned so much about the plant. Now I just transfer it to everything I do. So I worked with Pure Earth. I was a regional or a sales manager in there at Pure Earth and transferred that to OG Zonka, transferred that to Glorious Extracts, where we just kind of blew up. And that's my home now. So shout out to Bo, shout out to Glorious Extracts right there, the best live resin in the market.
Right here, Glorious Extracts. I wear the tee frequently. If you watch the show, you probably seen me wear it already. But yes, Glorious Extracts is where it's at.
That's my home, and I really have a lot to thank Bo and the team at Glorious Extracts. Without them, I don't exist. I have Smokeeej Cannagars. I make a Cannagar that burns. I didn't even bring one with me.
It's all good.
A Cannagar that burns.
I smoked a few myself.
For an hour and between 3 and 4 people. So I get to create that, put that into dispensaries, and it's all because of Glorious. So that's where kind of my story in a nutshell.
And you're plugged up everywhere to all these grows, man. What's the secret? And we don't have to get too technical, but what is the secret to making great flower?
Taking care of it. I think that it's from start to finish, and even it's the finish. 90% of it is the finish wrong. If you're not drying it properly, if you're not curing it properly, you ruin everything you did up until that point. What we do at American Green is very simple. Very, very simple, but it's simple and it's procedural and it works from start to finish. We don't do dry flower anymore. We only do fresh frozen. It goes to Glorious Extracts. We blast this amazing live resin.
Live resin, man. Holy cow.
But if we did dry flower, we would kill it because our dry flower, if our live resin's that good, obviously the flower's that good.
Yeah,
but it's a start to finish. It's how 100%. Are you going to finish it? A lot of people don't dry it properly, and then they don't cure it properly. They want to force it out to the customers because we're at a shortage.
Yep. So you were a teacher at one point. Mm-hmm. You say you taught middle school. It was math?
Math and science.
Math and science back in middle school, man. There's a real educational level to working in cannabis. Right?
There is.
Do you feel like you've really made an impact out here on people's lives? And do you care to share a story of a time you felt you really impacted someone positively?
So it's not about the individual patients. I do that all the time.
Right.
That's easy because anybody comes to me and they want to get, CBD, THC, whatever they want to fix their ailment. But it's about the bud tenders.
Yeah.
That's where I affect when I have my sessions.
Yeah.
And I pull everybody into the Pollo, to the Kiss Pollo ass. I pull over to Spring's house.
Yeah.
And we all
shout out to Spring.
We all smoke together. We all understand what our products do, but I'm affecting the bud tenders who in turn affect all of the patients that they encounter. So on the education level, very broad compared to hitting that individual patient. I'm hitting as many patients as possible through my Instagram, because all of my stuff on Instagram is educational.
Yeah.
Except for the butt crack thing today. That was not educational.
Apparently there's a butt crack incident today, not meant for educational purposes. Entertainment purposes only at that point. So in addition to being an educator, working in cannabis, being an influencer, a social media influencer here in the Valley, doing everything that you do, you also make a little music.
I do.
Little birdie told me. You're out here making a little bit of music. So let's talk about your musical influences. Let's talk about folks that have inspired you as a musician. I know you said your kids are in music now, so it's like it goes top to bottom. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's vertically integrated.
So I have a problem because I grew up in like the punk era, and I grew up when it was like the Goo Goo Dolls were still punk before they became what they are now. You know, that pop sensation. They were actually hard punk, and I grew up with all that. So I transferred that into my old life, and now I play all acoustic punk, and I make it slow and hard, and I play it all on just one acoustic by myself. Somebody can join in with a cajon or a bass jumps in. Yeah, no,
That's what's up. That's what's up. But who's inspiring you? Let's talk about bands that inspired you to even get started. They can be new school, old school, mega old school, whatever.
So Greta Von Fleet, I'm going to throw them out because that's some weird stuff that came about. I thought it was Led Zeppelin. I thought it was a Led Zeppelin knockoff. And the more I listened to it, I was like, dude, that's like parallel universes of badass.
Hell yeah.
Because then there's Led Zeppelin. And that's one of my big influences. Rush, Jimi Hendrix, any of those. I mean, I'm old. I'm like 49 years old this year. We talked about that. And so being 49 years old, I've been through a lot of genres of music and movements from disco on up. I mean, my mom listened to disco and I had to bear through that. And then you end up loving that too.
Yeah, there you go. There's room for everybody at the table.
Correct. I saw Johnny Cash in Aschaffenburg, Germany when I was in the military. And that was one of those, I didn't want to go. I didn't know what it was all about. And when I watched it, I was like, dude, this is pretty fucking badass. Like,
was that the most badass concert you ever been to?
No. Actually, I saw Beastie Boys at the same venue in Aschaffenburg, Germany.
Nice.
And they were just pounding out. I got tired halfway through the show. I went up in the stands. And we kind of waved our way up to like the middle of like these back stands. And there was a dude that was kind of bald up in the stands behind us. And we kept watching him and he was very secluded.
Yeah.
So we made our way back after we saw some kids go down to get an autograph. And it was my Michael Stipe from REM.
Whoa.
And so he was watching the Beastie Boys concert because he was playing in Frankfurt that next night. And we went up and just chilled with him, smoked a joint with him. And
so that's
cool.
number one.
That was number one. That was badass. Yeah.
And was number two the one you were talking
Johnny
about?
Cash. Yeah,
okay.
That's it. Because that's one of those things. I didn't know
that is
how
one of those
cool
things.
it was going to be.
Yeah, exactly. Now you look back at it like that's fucking top two, at least.
That's
top
it.
two. Well, very cool, man. The one thing I wanted to ask you too, the Canagar itself, crazy. Not a lot of people have smoked a full Canagar. It burns forever. What's the craziest thing you ever smoked out of? It couldn't be a Canagar. Like a guy like you had to have smoked out of some craziness.
I smoked out of apples, potatoes, anything.
Potato.
So okay, I was in the military, and when I was in Germany, hash. You could possess THC, but you couldn't buy or sell it. But all they had was hash. There was no real bud. And so we'd go down in the market, we'd get hash, a big bar of hash, we'd chip at it, we had no way to smoke it. So I had a tennis ball container, I had straws, and I had a bunch of aluminum foil and some duct tape. And I just made this wicked bong out of it. And we smoked so much, I couldn't get out of my chair because we don't smoke that much in the military.
Yeah.
I had all this hash, I was loading this makeshift bong. It was killer. That was it.
That's it right there. Hell yeah. Smoking some German hash out of a makeshift bong in Germany.
In Germany.
That is cooler than anything I could say. I smoked out of a banana once. It didn't work very well.
Out of a pickle?
Yeah, it was just a bad idea to begin with. If people are watching, they want to know, where can I get my hands on a little Canagar action, a little Glorious action, and where can I get in touch with Smokeeej himself?
Oh, so you can get my Canagars, of course, at the Good Dispensary.
Yep.
We're gonna go right there, right out the gate.
Go see the Good Dispensary. Go to the Good Dispensary. Good
and
dispensary.
live resin.
Yeah, and live resin. Hell yeah. But where else? Where else can folks find you?
So you can also find us at True Bliss dispensaries, at Kind Meds, at Nirvana's, Debbie's dispensary, Arizona Natural Concepts, Giving Tree, AZCS now, Phoenix Relief Center, Superior. I just signed on Greenhouse of Flagstaff, Green Farms.
I've been all over the place. This man is in every dispensary across. So the point is, go to a dispensary near you and request Glorious Extracts and request Smokeeej's Canagars.
And they are Glorious Canagars. We dip them in Glorious live resin. It's ridiculous.
And where can folks find this? Is this available on the market?
This is not available. This is
not
one of
yet.
those things that we got the privilege of trying.
This is some unreleased stuff. I hope to get it a little bit of press because this is good stuff right here,
We
folks.
should have like a party or something.
Yeah, like absolutely. He
Since
should
now
host
we
like a
have
little
something
thing.
like that.
What's next for Smokeeej, man? What do you got working on? What can you at least tell the folks that we're working on?
So every year I want to try to release a new product. So I'm in my first year. I'm finishing my first year right now with the Canagars, and my next thing is joints. I mean, why not have Smokeeej?
Everyone loves them. Oh man! Wow, that hits like immediately.
I don't play. I've been planning this like my whole life. I knew that one day it would be legal and I'd be able to smoke weed anywhere I wanted and sell it. And wow, I can really do it.
100%. Now we're here. My friend, thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Oh yeah, brother.
From all of us here at Happy Hour with Marcus, we want to say thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching us again. I don't know how we made it this many episodes. I don't even know how many episodes we've done, but it's a little cool thing. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. Thanks to folks at home. Let us know what you think of this drink in the comments. We love you. Peace.
Peace.
Perfect.